hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip
Bars is back.
And I always trying to be more intelligent with my rhyme schemes and with the words that I chose to use. A lot of West Coast artists, and I'm not gonna say no names, but a lot of West Coast artists, especially the early ones, especially the so-called genre of gangster rap, they would, to me, they use the same 5,000 to 10,000 words. You never heard them straight from character. Like I'll say, for instance, like a very successful MC from the West Coast, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is super intelligent, but when he writes songs, you're gonna hear the same 10,000 words, and he does it straight from that because that's his platform. That's how he's been able to be successful. So he sticks with that. And I always try to have you got a lot of MCs now. They rap the same, no matter what the track is. Jay-Z, for instance, he got a few styles that he uses, but for the most part, he has that one particular cadence and style that he uses. And when you hear that shit, you know that's Jay-Z. And when Jay-Z starts spitting, you know who that is. Well, I don't know, the way I built myself and the way I was taught was that every song should create a different style. You should rap different on every song. And I made it a point to try to do that. I tried to create a new style on every damn song. Now you got your 1, 2, 3, 4, the Fantastic Voyage, shit like that, where my cadence is pretty much the same. But if you listen to my body of work, most of my songs are different. I use a different style and different cadence on every song. Now my tone might have been the same, my pitch or the key. I usually rap in E. I mostly rap in the key of E. So am I right? E is kind of okay. E is a low. Is E a low tone? E and sometimes F. Okay. So that's my voice sounds the best when I rap in that particular key. But other than that, I got some shit right now. When you hear it, you're not even gonna know it's me. You're gonna be like, damn. If I didn't put my name on it, I thought about doing this. Now I'm not even gonna tell y'all because I still might do it. I'm thinking about doing some shit where I'm gonna disguise myself, pitch my voice up a little bit, and rap completely different, and pretend like I'm somebody else, and see what kind of success I can have, and pretend I'm in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Do the makeup and shit, the whole get up, and pretend to be someone else. And then when I have success doing that, then take off the guy to say, look at y'all the fuckers. It really was me the whole time.
Unmasked and scare the shit out
of
you.
Show y'all motherfuckers everything that you think you believe is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So, and I still might do that. And when I do it, I can tell you I'm gonna do it, but you still, if I do it, you will never ever know it's me because I already did it. I experimented with it a little bit and nobody knew it. It's a record out. I ain't gonna tell you what the record is, but it's a record out right now. That's me. People think it's somebody else. Whole different name, whole different look. People think it's somebody else, but it's really me.
Now I got a 2-part question for you real quick. First, where did your career go when you were featured on Dangerous Minds? And 2, was it true that you didn't want Weird Al Yankovic redoing your Gangsta's Paradise?
Okay, 1. Let's do the Weird Al shit first. Weird Al, the only reason why that happened was because of one reason. They asked me if they could do it. And I said no. and they did it anyway. That was the only reason I had anything to say. Which in hindsight, it was stupid. But it was one of the less smart things I've done in my career because shit, he parodied Michael Jackson, he parodied Prince, he parodied all kind of cats that are much more as an artist than I'll ever be, and they didn't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
So in hindsight, I shouldn't have said shit. It actually made me look kind of stupid and small. And that's I'm not gonna say I regret it, but I kind of do. I regret that shit. I should have just let it go. Now, that's why that happened. And yeah, I said no, and they did it anyway. And then so I just put out on the song and the whole bullshit, bro. But since then, I let that shit go a long time ago. We talked and we hung out and shit. I even did a show with him and all that type of shit. So that was, like I said, everybody make mistakes.
Wow.
Now the Dangerous Minds part. The Dangerous Minds. Where'd you go after that? Like, what did that do? I remember that movie. Back in the day, Michelle Pfeiffer was a big movie. So where did that take your career after that?
I had already had some a bit of worldwide success with Fantastic Voyage, but nowhere near the kind of success in the places that Gangsta Paradise took me. It would be easy for me to say it took me to the next level, but it took me to the next fucking 5 levels. I mean, I went from here to off the motherfucking screen, bro. It wasn't even surreal, bro. It was otherworldly. It was the craziest shit that you ever could imagine to happen to somebody in a successful way. Like, it was crazy, bro. I mean, a whole packed auditoriums and packed fucking stadiums and fucking knowing every word to my song, but that's the only English that they know. Gangsta Paradise being the first rap song that they ever took the time to learn. Gangsta Paradise being the only song that their parents ever let them listen to. Gangsta Paradise being the only rap song or only hip hop song they ever heard on the radio. It was crazy. It was some crazy shit, bro. I'm the first. It's at least 30 countries. I was the very first hip hop artist to ever come there and do a show. Minimum 30 countries. It might be more than that. But talking about places like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Bahrain, man, it's Oman.
Wow.
Go on and on and on and on, bro. Fucking Georgia. The Georgia, not Georgia is Georgia. Georgia is a country.
You know what you mean? Yeah.
In the former Soviet Union. The places. It was some different shit. I remember one time the first time I went to Kazakhstan. I stayed in this hotel, and I had the presidential suite. The presidential suite was one big ass room. It looked like a fucking school auditorium. The way it was built and shaped. It was long, and it wasn't that wide, but it was long as fuck. It took up the whole roof. That was the last floor, and the whole thing was this one big ass room. And it had windows all the way around it. And you stick your head out. If I stuck my head out the window, it was people all the way around that motherfucker. I could see people out of every window. And every time I stuck my head out the window, it was like, put my head back in. It was crazy, bro. I mean, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. And then I did a show there. They have 4 television stations. My show was on all 4 of them. The route that I took to drive, we had to drive from the hotel to the stage, which was set up like in the middle of the city.